Hello, wrestling fans. This is Smart Mark with a Q&A session. Going to roll through some questions that I was asked a while back and hadn't got around to answering yet. These are all questions that were given to me from Jericho Rocker 1234. So I'm going to take a minute and answer his questions. And definitely hope this will get some more questions coming in, because, God, I do love to talk about wrestling. And I think I back it up, so I don't blow a lot of shit. So let's get to these questions. First question is, who are some of your favorite WWE wrestlers of all time? I'm pretty old school, so definitely Hogan and Macho Man. Stone Cold. I like a lot of mid-carders. Jake the Snake Roberts. Used to love Brutus Beefcake. Anymore, some of my favorites that they have now are, there's not really much I'd get into. I like Alberto Del Rio. I would have liked to have seen him have more of a run as an Intercontinental Champion, though. I think that would have got him over. He's probably my favorite right now. I like a lot of what CM Punk does as well. I think CM Punk is the guy for the next 5 years that would probably kind of take some of that spotlight away from Cena, who is not one of my favorite WWE stars of all time. Spoke a lot there of Alberto Del Rio, so question, was he pushed far too early? I don't think Del Rio was pushed too early. I just think he was pushed to the wrong belt. You see Cody Rhodes right now doing a lot with the Intercontinental title, and I think just as easily that could be Alberto Del Rio. There would just be it's a natural fit, and there's a lot of great feuds that could come out of that, because I think Del Rio, his work is good in the ring, and I think he could wrestle a lot of different people in good matches and have a nice long Intercontinental title run before, and then push him to maybe the WWE title. But I don't think he's ever going to go over as their top guy. And back in the day, that used to be what it was all about, is the top guys get the title. And that's one issue, kind of go off on a tangent here, but the way they have two world champions, basically having the WWE title and then the world heavyweight title, they need to combine those belts and have one undisputed champion again. It makes zero sense to have two heavyweight champions, because it makes it unclear as to who your top guy is. It's, and the way they've combined the shows anymore, there's no reason to have two champions. So hopefully that's what we'll get for a future WrestleMania match. I think that would be the best way to do it, is have it on the big stage and finally put those belts together. Doubt that's going to happen this year, but we'll see. Still early. Next question, should WWE bring back the Cruiserweight title? No, because it could not be as good as what the X Division has. McMahon wants it to be that every superstar is a potential heavyweight champion. That's why they got rid of it in the first place. So I'm almost sure they won't bring it back, at least not within the next couple of years. Who knows the way, trends go. It could come back years from now. But I mean, when you're talking about cruiserweights, it's really, to me, it's all about the X division, and I wish they would bring that back. Even though they claim to have brought it back, they haven't. And if you watch Austin Aries or really anybody that they have right now in the title hunt, and it's Austin Aries, Kid Cash, Jesse Sorensen, Zema Ion, and you know who whatever. I can't even think of the guy's name because he's not over yet, and they're just now pushing him. Anyways, if you go back and watch some of the matches with Low Key and Jerry Lynn and AJ Styles, Amazing Red, that's what the X division needs to be. And they don't chain wrestle anymore. You used to see, like, they would all get into the corner and 4 guys would get slammed. I can't remember if they've done that recently. It was definitely at Destination X. And so they haven't brought back the X division, and they need to. They need to make it what it used to be and have a match go 10 minutes instead of having 3 knockout segments. Last question here is, should John Morrison go to TNA or back to WWE? My gut tells me he's going to go back to WWE and not come to TNA. Although, I can remember for like the last 2 years, he has been on the political outs there almost any time they talk about, anytime I've caught any wind of backstage shit, it's John Morrison is not liked because of the way, basically, I can't remember who said this, so I'm not saying this is the gospel of what happened, but the way I remember it is Batista and Morrison's lady, Melina, they hooked up, and Morrison knew about it, and McMahon thought Morrison should have tried to kick Batista's ass or something and didn't. So he always had the feeling that Morrison wasn't tough enough, didn't come across as tough enough to be a main star. And then whatever behind that, but that was the main thing that they were talking forever ago about, that he wouldn't be back. So if he went to TNA, I think that he would be a star there, and I think that they could use him in so many, because he just never got shit to work with in WWE. And, people talk about his attitude in that Mania match, and he got a lot of heat because of the way he treated Trish Stratus, I guess, but, I mean, his frustration level is somewhat understandable when he just keeps getting bullshit, and especially after his performance in the Rumble, where he had that one sick move, something that had never been done before. I'm sure most of you will know what I'm talking about there. So, I mean, he gets rewarded with a mixed tag team match with Snooki. It is ridiculous. But what's to say that shit like that wouldn't happen in TNA, So, but at the same time, he's more viable as the world champion there, because he would be a star the second he came in. So I would like to see him come to TNA, but my gut tells me that's not going to happen. So, that wraps up the show today. Thanks for the questions. Again, that's Jericho Rocker 1234. He does his own reviews as well, so please check him out and subscribe to him. And hit me up with some questions, so I can hear myself talk some more. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you next time.